Hi everyone, this is Emma from Change at Play, and welcome to the 5th episode of the Enneagram with Emma. This is a video series where I'm sharing some insights and reflections on the Enneagram, which is a powerful tool and a map of awareness that can help us to deepen our awareness. It can help us to improve relationships, our communication, and it can also help us to level up our leadership effectiveness and help us to shift from reactive patterns to more intentional, conscious leadership. So today we're going to be diving into the Enneagram Type 4. The fours are often called the intense creative or the individualist, and fours are driven by a deep desire to be or to feel authentic and unique. So fours are often creative, they're expressive, they're empathetic and sensitive, and they can also be dramatic, moody, and withdrawn. In this episode, I'll share some of the signature themes that we often see showing up in Type 4 leaders, along with some of the strengths and the potential watch-outs that might come up with them. And as always, remember these are tendencies, not prescriptions. So if you lead from Type 4, you might resonate with all of these, you might resonate with just some of them. It's really important to stress that we are always more than our type. And the gift of the Enneagram is really learning how our natural tendencies are helping us and where they might be holding us back. Okay, so let's get started. The first theme I want to talk about is authenticity. Fours place a high value on being authentic. They really want to be seen and understood for who they truly are, and they seek genuine, heartfelt connections with others. They're unafraid to be themselves, usually. They're unafraid to stand out, and they'll often inspire others to embrace their own authenticity and uniqueness as well. The potential watch outs for authenticity is they tend to dislike superficiality. So they can become impatient or withdrawn in environments where authenticity isn't prioritized. Their desire to be unique can unintentionally create distance or isolation. And fours tend to be prone to comparison, and they can either feel inferior or superior when comparing themselves to others. And this can reinforce a sense of deficiency or a belief that something is inherently wrong with them. The second theme is purpose. Fours are guided by a strong sense of purpose and meaning, so they're deeply motivated to do work that feels significant, meaningful, and that aligns with their values. And when this is connected to work that they believe in, they really bring passion, dedication, and emotional depth that can truly inspire and energize others around them. However, the watch out here is that when their work lacks meaning, fours can disengage or withdraw. They might be overly focused on their own desires and lose sight of broader team or organizational goals. And routine tasks, especially if they feel mundane, can drain their energy and leave them frustrated if not balanced with meaningful work. The third theme is creativity and imagination. So fours are highly creative and imaginative, and they often bring originality, innovation, and an aesthetic sense to their work. One of their superpowers is the ability to think outside of the box, and they can envision possibilities and solutions that others might overlook. They can often see what's missing or what needs to change, And they have a gift of being able to transform ideas into something meaningful through imagination and storytelling. The watch out here is that same idealism can sometimes lead to unrealistic expectations or can pull them away from practical realities. They may get distracted by new ideas and inspirations, making it harder to stay focused or follow through. And sometimes this can lead to delays or frustrations for both themselves and their teams. Another significant theme for the fours is emotional intelligence. And this is a biggie. So fours are deeply attuned to their inner world and they express their emotions with authenticity. They're real feeling types and they're creating space for others to do the same, which can make them incredible, powerful allies during times of uncertainty or change. They can lean into discomfort, difficult conversations, and they can hold space for deep emotions like grief, intensity, and those challenging conversations in ways that others might avoid. The watch out here is that the depth of their emotions can sometimes overwhelm them or others. And so when they're caught in negative emotions, they can be in this sort of emotion spiral, and when they're in that, they can struggle to regain perspective. They can get stuck in this comparison or feeling inadequate. And when reality doesn't meet their ideals, they may retreat into melancholy, fantasy, or isolation. And sometimes that can lead to lost momentum or connection. Lastly, truth telling. I think fours are wonderful truth tellers. They're not afraid to name what others avoid, surfacing deeper truths that can spark transformation and alignment and can spark really honest conversations in a room. They tend to be non-conformists and they can bring perspectives that challenge the status quo and can surface what really matters. The watch out is that their truth telling can sometimes come across as overly intense, critical, or negative, especially if others aren't comfortable with that level of depth or truth. So, those are the gifts and the potential watch outs or blind spots for the type 4 leader. There are several others that we haven't covered in this session, but next episode we'll explore the type 5 leader. And then in subsequent sessions, I'll share more about some of the growth strategies tailored for each of the 9 types. If you'd like to learn more about the Enneagram, if you'd like to explore your type, or if you'd like to bring this work to your team, please visit my website at changeatplay.com. You can also reach me directly at emma@changeatplay.com if you have any questions. Okay, that's it for today. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you next time where we will explore type 5. Okay.